Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Glenwood News. So today we have the defensive coordinator of Glenwood's football team and assistant coach of the varsity baseball team, Coach Josh McConnell. So, Coach McConnell, we thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
And Coach, I'm going to start off by asking you if you would talk about what your job. I kind of said it earlier, but tell us a little bit about your job at Glenwood.
Okay, I've been here for this is my 11th year. I teach 6 classes a day. I'm the defensive coordinator on the football team, and I'm the assistant baseball coach as well. I do hitting and outfield for baseball, and I coach inside and outside linebackers on the football team.
Okay, all right. And now, how long have you coached at Glenwood?
I've been here 11 years. This is my 11th year. I graduated college in 2005, December of 2005. I started working at Glenwood in January of 2006.
Okay.
So in that 12-year span, or that 13-year span coming up on this year, I took 2 years off, tried something new, and figured out that I can't do anything but coach.
All right. And you also played baseball at Marshall, didn't you?
I did. I graduated from here in 2001, left and went to Faulkner University in Montgomery for a year, left there and went and played 3 years at Marshall University.
Okay, all right. And now, on the football side, who are some of the young players you see as possible leaders this year?
For me, on the defensive side of the ball, it's got to be Justin Jackson. Justin Jackson is only a junior. Started every game for us last year. Played every snap on defense. Probably one of the best, technically, most fundamentally sound players I've ever coached in my 11 years. So he's going to be a leader. And fortunately enough for us, we got some juniors that have played a lot of snaps last year. Scott Anderson played a lot of snaps. Randy Bell is a senior, but he stepped up in a leadership role and done a fantastic job through camp. So, I mean, it's exciting. We're young, but we got enough of those old veteran guys that have played a ton of snaps on both sides of the ball that have solidified themselves as leaders.
Okay, so it seems like y'all gonna have a lot of seniors next season.
We will. We have a big junior class, and I mean that's exciting because this team's different. This team's different than the ones we've had in the past. Not saying anything negative about the ones we've had in the past, but this team buys in. They do everything that you ask them to do. They never complain, and they're a really fun group to be around.
Okay, all right. And now, how many seniors do we have this year?
I think we have 8. I want to say it's 8 because we've lost one, picked up one, lost one. So it's around 7 or 8, which we graduated a ton last year. So but there again, we got a healthy mix. We got some sophomores that'll be in the mix and get some playing time. We got a ton of juniors, and then we got, like I said, we got enough seniors and senior leaders that they should be able to carry us.
Okay, and Coach, I got to say the defense that you ran last year, that was impressive. I mean,
it has nothing to do with me, obviously. We had some really, really talented players last year. We were very fortunate to get some not only good players, but we got some quality kids in the summer last year that really helped us. And the thing is last year we just bought into the philosophy that we have, and for the most part we executed pretty well. Now there were obviously some hiccups along the way, but at the end of the day, when you have people like Kelsey Allen and Navy Harris and Chad Dykes, it doesn't matter what the coach does because they're gonna make plays.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you, how'd you get into coaching? I think you kind of said it earlier.
Right. Well, I was going to law school. I'd taken the LSAT, was headed to law school, then realized about 2 days into the process I didn't have any money to apply for law school. Coach Fanning calls me because I played for Coach Fanning in high school. Coach Fanning calls me and says, "Hey, you want to help me coach baseball?" And I told him no because I was ready to move. I was going to move to California and try to go to law school. And I thought about it about 2 weeks, and I was like, I don't have any money. And that's a chance to make money. So I came back, and God has blessed me, truly blessed me, because He put me in that position to understand what my true passion was.
Okay.
And I love every day that I come to work, and not everybody can say that.
And you were the Mr. Glenwood of your class, weren't you?
Yes, Mr. Glenwood 2001. We like to refer to it as an elite fraternity. Not really, but yes, I was.
You and Miss Henderson?
Miss Henderson. Me and Miss Henderson were Mr. and Miss Glenwood 2001.
Okay. Now, as a defensive coordinator, what are some things that you were most proud of last season?
The one thing, and we just watched the Monroe film coming up playing Monroe Saturday. We just watched the Monroe film with our guys the other day, and the big thing is as a defensive coordinator, you want people to run to the ball, and that's our whole philosophy. That's what we preach every single day, and so that's when I looked at them last year, I kind of gave them a picture of what it should look like, and that's what they did last year. But when you look at a philosophy, you're just looking at simply being fundamentally sound. You got to tackle well. You got to be where you're supposed to be, and you got to rely on each other to do your job.
Okay. All right. And how has the school changed? How do you think the school's changed from being a student to now being a coach and a teacher?
Well, school has changed with time, which is a good thing. When I was here, I was fortunate enough to be here with an outstanding headmaster, but things have changed in a positive way. Obviously, it's a great thing. Enrollment's higher than it's ever been since I've been associated with the school. And the quality of individual is better in the sense of from a staff standpoint. And I'm telling you, I've been very, very fortunate in this is my 15th year. I played for Coach Trey, one of the best coaches ever. I got to play for Coach Fanning, and now I get to work with some of the greatest people on the planet.
Is that Coach Purdue one of those people?
Yes, Coach Purdue is one of those people. He just turned 50, so happy birthday.
Watch yourself.
All right. Now, what do you think your greatest strength is for your defense this upcoming season?
The greatest strength. To be perfectly honest, it's the desire to be good or the desire to be great. Our kids that we have a dedication and desire to be great. They want to be great, and that's not always the case. You have people that say they want to be good, but they don't want to do what it takes to be good. And then you have a group like we have that truly has put in the work, and they want to be great. So, I think when you look at our best attribute, now are we going to be the most athletic we've ever been at every position? No, you never are. But I have a group of guys that have bought in, and they want to be great.
All right. So, you telling me this is the year, Coach?
I'm not going to make that. I'm not making that bold prediction, but I will tell you this: it's an absolute joy to come to work. We have some phenomenal kids, and they make it fun, and that's why I do what I do.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite thing about coaching?
Same thing it was when I was playing football. It's Friday nights. Baseball. It's the games. But when you put all that away and you look back at why I do what I do, because I think no matter what you do in life, everybody has to have a why. Why do you do it? If your why is not greater than your will, then you'll never succeed. So when I look at my why, it's the relationships that I build with kids. When they call me 10 years from now or 5 years from when I coached them and ask me for advice or just want to speak, that's special. That's special. That's why I do what I do. Is I'm in a unique position to mold and mentor to the youth, and I take that very seriously. It's not something that I take for granted. Like I said, God's truly blessed me, and He's blessed me with the gifts to be able to do what I do.
Yeah, well, that's very good. And now, since y'all have such a tough schedule, like Coach Gibson, I saw in the new magazine that came out where he was talking about how tough the schedule was, and everybody's talking about how tough the schedule is. How do you think the defense will encounter these teams this year?
It's going to be tough. This is my 11th year, like I said, and this is the toughest schedule we've ever had. But with that being said, you just got to play. You got to show up and play every day. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You're always playing against yourself because you always want to be better this week than you were last week. And from a defensive standpoint, we're just going to get after it. we may have to do some things that are a little bit out of the box to try to stop some of these people, but I think with what we have and like I said, the type of kid that we have, they'll be successful. They'll be rewarded for the work that they've put in. It's just, it's going to be hard. I mean, it's a huge challenge, but I think we're up for it and we're ready for it. You know, man, we're ready to kick off Saturday night.
Okay, all right. Well, Coach, we're going to wrap it up for today. So once again, we thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And before we leave, I want to tell y'all, if y'all would go on YouTube, during the school year, there is a new one posted on there every Friday. Just type in Glenwood News CTV Beam, and there'll be a new one. And so we thank y'all for watching. You're watching Glenwood News CTV Beam. I'm Craig Coulter. We'll see you next time.